Trade copying, continuing to trade copy. We're just looking for a small move. Market's going to open. It's 8:13. Let me move my stop loss to break even here. Actually, I want to give it a little room to move. So this is a zone-to-zone game. We did take it down here. It came back up, bounced off the Maverick guide, and now it's continuing back down. I made my Maverick radar very big here. But you have an A+ setup to the downside right now on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick radar. An A+ setup. I'm only in 5 micros. We traded 10 earlier and had a nice push down. But I'm only in 5 itty bitty micros. We're making $1 per contract. So just tiny risk and looking for a larger gain. Now, if we can get somewhere down towards the next zone, that would be great. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames still. So very bearish market. You have a sell signal, beautiful sell signal up here. We took some of this earlier across 6 accounts. And now we're just going to watch this thing. But this really is a level-to-level game. Now, will we get some chop in here? Until we do, not sure. But if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle, okay? So now we're coming into the first minute of the new 5-minute turn. First minute of the new 5-minute turn, okay? So I sit on my hands the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. Why is that? Well, because this is where I believe the market makers grab stop losses, misdirection, all sorts of stuff. So it is now 8:15. 8:15. So from 8:14, sorry, not from 8:15, from 8:14 to 8:16, I believe this is where they want to throw the retail trader off on where the next candle is going to go. And I believe this is where folks get in and then they want to grab your stop losses and take you out. I don't know if that's true. It's just go watch any instrument, the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute candle. I'm telling you. So by the way, our chart are all our indicators except for the Maverick zones, but all our indicators that come in the Ultimate Edge bundle, the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar, that's going through our entire checklist and serving up A setups or B setups, because you want to know when a setup is happening. Maverick Multi-X, 5 traders who all have a completely different style in their voting across 6 time frames. 6 time frames. So you can set these time frames for whatever you want. Guys, we're trade copying on 6 accounts right now. So $200 would be a $1,200 trade. Okay, so do I need to make it to this next zone for a really good trade? I mean, that is a really good trade, but watch. Okay, so what are we up? Times this number by 6. Times this number by 6. I'm gonna close it out. There's $1,200. Okay, there's $1,200. Okay, and this is why I love trade copying with our indicators. I don't need a huge move. How many times have you been in a $200? By the way, I only traded 5 micros. I traded very little here, okay? But, you know, $200 move times 6 accounts, that's a $1,200, whoops, that's $12,000. I'd like that. That's a $1,200 trade you just watched us execute, okay? So let's say you did a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Okay, so you're risking $100 to make your reward $200. Okay, so how many times on a 50K prop firm account can you lose $100? For most of them, now some of them will shut you off after you've lost $500. So that means, let's say that's the case. You could literally lose 5 times in a row before they close your account for the day. Now, I don't think that there's any, if you're with a prop firm account that you only get to lose $500 and then you lose the whole funded account, I would go with a different, that's not financial advice, do your own research, but that doesn't sound like a good deal to me. But this is a fail safe that, like, gosh, you could have the worst trading day ever and you still haven't blown your prop firm account. This is why I like real tiny risk and larger reward. So anyway, and the Maverick indicators, I mean, look, it was just so simple to get that move. It was just so simple to get that move. Why? Because we have an A+ setup to the downside on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, going through your entire checklist for you to let you know if you even have a setup. And right now you have an A+ setup to the downside. You have hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. You had a beautiful sell signal. Look, if you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. Okay, all 5 traders with a completely different style were voting bearish across 6 time frames. Do you know how powerful that is? And then the Maverick trender was pegged to the top, and we're between 2 zones. We know where our zones are. We know where our levels, because our Maverick zones, which is separate from the Ultimate Edge bundle, this is a standalone indicator, auto draws your support and resistance zones. How powerful is that? You no longer have to draw your own support and resistance zones. It's going to draw that for you, and when you get close, it's going to give you a probability score of it holding or breaking, and we teach you all that. Okay, so listen, if you want clear vision, if you want edge in the market, not financial advice, do your own research, never any guarantees in the market. Market can do anything at any time, but these are some dang powerful tools, and you just watched 6 accounts, $200 plus. It was a little bit more than $200. $200 plus per account. It's a $1,200. You got to take into consideration commissions, but it's a $1,200 trade, and it was pretty dang stress-free, right? Pretty dang stress-free. All right, so let's get into this thing. Getting into another CL trade. Man, we're just getting into a bunch of CL trades today. ES just hasn't been moving, so I like to look at some of the other symbols. You only have a 33% score of holding this zone. This is a zone drawn by your Maverick zones. See these zones? Drawn by your Maverick zones. And you only have a 33% chance of holding this score. You have hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Beautiful sell signal up here. And we've already taken a couple of trades on the way down here. And I just saw that we had a 32%. Anything under 90% is fair game. Oh, shoot. Hang on. 33% is super low. This is super low. So let's see what happens here. Price really wants to push down. Price really, what you have an A+ setup still in your Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. All 5 traders are still bearish. This is just a very bearish day on CL. So let's see what happens here. Let's take a watch. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. So right now you're probably trading with green and red candles, which only tell you price and direction. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data underneath the hood. Okay, so look at this. How do I stay out of chop? Stay out of gray candles. How do I stay out of chop? Stay out of gray candles. How do I stay out of chop? Stay out of gray candles. Stay out of gray candles. We stay out of gray candles. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. So this is a massive edge. All right, now we're on the turn of the 5-minute candle. You guys know I sit on my hands the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute candle. I'm only in 5 micros. We were trading 10 micros the first time, 5 micros the second time. I'm back in 5 micros, very small. We are literally making $1 per contract per tick. Okay, $1. Okay, so I'm risking very, very little. Very, very little. Small risk, high reward. All right, so anything over a 90% score is like a brick wall. Anything underneath is complete fair game. 51% is a pretty weak score. All 5 traders are still voting bearish across 6 time frames. Maverick Radar, the ultimate trading assistant, going through our entire checklist to see, do we even have a setup? And if we do have a setup, what's the grade of that setup? And it's saying right now we have an A+ setup to the downside. All right, so I'm just going to leave my chart up here and let's just watch this trade. Hopefully I have time to post all these trades. But let's see here. But I'll just leave my screen up. You guys know how the indicators work. Ultimate Trading Assistant telling you when you have an A+ setup. Maverick AI Pro coloring your candles to the data underneath the hood. Sell signal, beautiful sell signal. All 5 traders are bearish across 6 time frames. And let's just let this thing play out. All right. All right, folks, so we're pushing into this thing. We're copying to 5 more accounts. So whatever you're seeing here, times it by 6. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. We still have an A+ score on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar, going through our entire checklist to make sure that we're actually getting an A+ setup to the downside. We have a weak score here, 42%. Pretty weak score here. All 5 traders are voting. Oops, sorry, my alarm's going off. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. So let's keep watching this thing. Maverick Trender is pegged to the top. When this red line is pegged to the top, it shows massive strength and momentum. Let me see if there's any green. This is overnight action, but yeah, here green is, and I bet if I went up here, you'd be pushing up greatly. Yep, there you go. So if you look right here, beautiful buy signal, all that stuff. Okay, let me get back to this trade. By the way, all our indicators work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. The only one that is a TradingView exclusive is the Maverick Zones. We are hopeful that we can get it one day on NinjaTrader. It's just a beast. And the cool thing about TradingView is it runs on their server, their cloud, versus your local computer. So we need to make sure that everybody has a consistent experience with the indicator, and if they're using an old laptop, like it can run, right? So right now it's only on TradingView. Okay, here we go. All right, so again, whatever you're seeing here, times it by 6. We are trading to 5 more accounts. Now, why are we so confident that it's continuing to move down? Well, you only have a 56% score on this zone. You have hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Your Maverick Trender's pegged to the top, and all 5 traders are still bearish across 6 time frames. And you still have the creme de la creme right here, the A+ setup to the downside. Okay, so across 6 accounts, we're up $600 right now. $600 because we're trade copying to 5 more accounts. So whatever you see here, you have to times it by 6. This is the benefit of trade copying. All right, guys, and we've done very well today. We already took a couple of banger trades. So I'm just going to close this. If this closes around 200, I will just close it out because, again, 6 accounts times 200. Okay, this is what's so cool about trade copying. It's a $1,200 trade. Oh, I ran out of room. It's a $1,200 trade. So, oh, here we go. Give me a little bit more of a push. Want to pay for commissions, of course. There we go. Now I'll take care of commissions. Cool. So listen, if you want clear vision on your charts, I say this and look, it's just going to keep pushing into this zone. Maverick Zones, it's 50% off right now. We're limited amount of spots. We're doing it for 50% off right now. I'll put the link in the description. And if you're not part of the Ultimate Edge bundle, getting these A+ setups served up to you on a silver platter, sell signal, Maverick AI Pro coloring your candles to the data, not to price and direction. You can see underneath the hood. This is so cool. It went literally, this is a zone-to-zone game, guys. Zone-to-zone game. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. How powerful would it be if I put you in the room with 5 other traders casting their vote every single tick? Unbelievable. So listen, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want edge, come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.